Hello, my friends, my gentlemen friends. Okay, so this week's shape is called the Cobra. Upward dog, swan, like every practice has a different name for it. I'm using Cobra because I think it's a very fitting way for you guys to understand how I'm going to help you play with it. It's all shapes, so what you've got to understand when we're doing with a shape is where's the length coming from? What's your deep core doing so it can guide or center you, and what are you pushing and trying to lengthen? Okay, so we did the beach video where I kind of tied in all the shapes that we've done together. So this will be the overview on how to maximize this shape when you're working on it. So, okay, let me start someplace different. So Cobra is you lying on your floor and you're going to lift your chest, okay? And so this is what we call spinal extension, or the shape starts to go into what we call a back bend. So I'm standing because this is part of that shape. So imagine the floor is right in front of me, right up to my hips, right? And so when I'm in a Cobra, I'm pressing my hips into the mat, which means I've got to scoop my belly button in and cinch my ribs in, okay? So this is all part of this shape. So even if I'm just standing here, I want to practice this movement. Technically, that is part of the Cobra series. So I want you guys, because this feels great, okay? But if you're just kind of into the back and you're letting the legs all go all loose, you're not using your skills, right? So if you are standing and you're doing a back extension, a standing version of Cobra, use your skills. Lock your legs in. Scoop your belly button. Keep these legs grounded straight. It's easy from a standing position, okay? Now press your hips into the wall. Scoop your belly button in. Close your ribs and reach back with strength. So it's like you're growing and reaching. You're growing and reaching. You're growing and reaching, okay? The back bend, the standing back bend, is a skill that will help you. You need to practice it, and it's part of the Cobra series. Okay, I'm giving you this because it kind of fits. So we're dealing with your upper back, okay, and the muscles okay, your upper torso, your pecs, right? Mostly your shoulder blades, and inside your shoulder blades, I showed you this before. These are your lats, okay? So these guys, when your shoulder blades move, the bones in your ribs move. So we have a back bend for Cobra. The other standing thing I want to give you is simple but very useful. It's a side bend. So I'm going to start. This is the grip I use on my hand, okay? And I reach my hand all the way up. I'm scooping just like Cobra. And now I'm pulling that lat out, and I'm reaching, okay? Pull it back to the top. I can soften my knees, which softens my hamstrings and my hips, and I'll be able to get further in that exercise before I straighten myself out, okay? But this standing stretch and opening up and using your lats and pulling, that's a very important part of the side line chain, the twisting line chain that is involved in our back. Okay, one more version to look at this. My head pulling laterally. Okay, I'm literally grabbing my hand and using it, and this allows those muscles, the deep muscles from the neck that go through the ribs, to pull and add to that space. So I'm really helping you guys see that this is not just a linear thing that you're working on. Okay, I know this is not Cobra, but once you're pulling on the head, when you pull it to the front and hold that shape, these muscles in the neck will run deep through the back, and it helps a lot as well. Okay, so standing and opening up the thoracic spine is a big part of getting good at the Cobra shape. So, Cobra shape. How do we get there? Honestly, from your knees is a really, really great place. So you can go Cobra to your knees, and that lets you help you work on the sitting on your knees position. Okay, so what we want is a position where your body's down Okay, get your stuff out of the way and press your hips into the floor. So you can't be loose. You've got to like use your scoop action to push and straighten your legs. And by pushing and straightening your legs, your glutes go on, your hamstrings go on, and that's going to give you a true stretch of the back because it's a stretch that's letting you use the deep muscles on the inside. So cobras can come different heights. I want you guys, again, hips in, straighten the legs, and, well, I'll give you some different ways, but at this point, the focus is to pull your shoulders down the back and press your elbows backwards, okay? That action will pull your shoulders and give you the most arching in your back. Now, the height that you go is really up to you in the stretch because there's different ways, but as long as you're pulling your shoulders down your back and getting this space and your head is nice and long, okay, that's going to give you the most out of this stretch. Now, it's not just linear. Look at me, I'm going to push into one side and I'm pushing my hips. So I'm still stretching, but now it's going down one of the, now this only works if you keep the legs straight, right? So I'm going to go to one side, I'm going to roll the hips, and I'm going to push. So it becomes kind of a sideways version on that cobra stretch, okay? But elbows stay down, legs are locked and scooped, pushing for height, pulling yourself back down. Pushing for height, pushing to the side, legs stay straight, belly buttons on, that makes the ribs move, okay? And this is how you're going to play with and master the Cobra Shape, which will help you get extension in your spine. All right, back to vacation for me, my friends. You'll get your videos very soon. Enjoy your week being unconventional.